Hello and welcome again to Question and Answers with Gabor. Here we are again with Pierre Richard from Montreal, and I am Nurit, and I'm just the welcoming committee. And Pierre always has wonderful questions for Gabor, so I'm going to bring him on, and you can ask your question.
Hi, Pierre.
Hi again, Gabor.
Hi.
Always nice seeing you.
Oh, yeah, always nice to see you, no matter how much time passes by, whether it's 2 minutes or 6 months.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No time.
Yes, unconditional love.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly.
No, there's definitely something happening here. My next question has to do with something that I hear a lot of spiritual teachers talking about, and it's to not resist reality, to accept what is. So in other words, to accept whatever happens in life, just to accept it. Don't fight it, surrender to it. Now, I hear this often. I must admit, I have trouble with that. I'll give you an example. Sometimes, as a mundane experience as being caught in traffic, I get irritated right away. The traffic is happening. I get irritated. And it's not a big deal, so I'll be a bit late or something. And I have to tell myself, I have to say, okay, calm down. You're going to get there. It's not, it could be a lot worse. And besides, in a few hours, you'll have completely forgotten about that. Okay. That for me is an easy one, but still I struggle with it. When we talk about struggles, let's say within a family, your spouse, a friend, a coworker, big things, big struggles happening. How do you not resist that? I mean, these things can go on for days or even weeks or months of anxiety, of thinking about it, of turning it over. How do you surrender to that?
Well, again, it's unfortunately part of our human conditioning that we are in this duality swing, and we accept, not accept. It's good, it's bad, etc., etc. And you're right. In many spiritual teachings, it says, accept things the way it is. And how does the mind perceive it? So the mind says, okay, I must accept it the way it is. It must be the opposite of non-acceptance.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about. See, the opposite of non-acceptance is acceptance. And it's in duality, and that's not what we're talking about. It's not possible for a human being just to accept whatever is in front of them if they are still in the mind. Once I'm in my heart, I'm using that word right now, heart. Once I have activated my body as a sensing organ of the universal love, then I'm capable of all kinds of things. Like before we talked about unconditional love, for example, or forgiveness. Again, it's the same thing. It's like once this organ is activated, accepting things as is very easy. But it's not going to be the opposite of non-acceptance. Accept, not accept. Accept, not accept. I'm just being with it. So from the outer mind, from the outside perspective, it looks to the mind as if I'm accepting. But I'm not accepting or I'm not accepting or not accepting. I'm just being.
You're just being, okay.
I'm just being. I'm basically not participating in it.
Okay.
I'm not participating in the conversation of my mind or of the reaction of my mind about this something. So if someone is, let's get some stupid, real extreme examples. we are a couple of friends and somebody attacks my friend or something like that. I'm not going to sit there and accept. So I'm going to be. A samurai can just be. A samurai is not saying, hey, I accept you being a schmuck. It's just being, and on that base of the universal love or universal something, it's going to draw his sword and chop the guy's head off. It still looks like I'm accepting, but I'm not accepting or not accepting. I'm simply not participating in the reaction. And the only way that I can not participate in my reaction is by learning how to be. Learning how to be is very simply the inner attention to the body. So we always get back to the same thing. It's like a joke because we could have a million questions. The answer will be the same. But that's not the point. The point is that questions are important because all of a sudden we start learning, oh, that too. Oh, that too. So all of a sudden we start valuing more this so-called unconditional love, or all of a sudden we start valuing more just learning how to be. So learning, if I'm just being and not participating in a reactionary discussion, it looks like I'm actually accepting, but really I should say I'm not participating.
Wow, I like that. Okay. Good. Okay, so in other words, you're just saying bypass the thought process, bypass the mind, judgments and discussions that are happening within inside, and just go into the heart and kind of.
Yes.
Maybe be, I don't know if neutral would be the right word, but just don't fuel the situation with storytelling and arguments, etc. Just kind of.
I mean, not fueling the situation is perhaps helpful, but we're still in the mind. We're still in the duality. No matter how many comforting thoughts I tell myself, oh, that person who hurt me right now, his childhood was bad, or his mother didn't have enough milk. His grandfather was kicked off the horse, and
right.
You know, it doesn't matter how many thoughts, counter thoughts we come with to try to calm the mind, not to react. Even if we try not to react, that's even a reaction.
Yes.
So again, back to the same thing. If it happens to me that something that I'm about to react, I just go a little bit deeper with him. So the bigger the conflict, perhaps instinctively I go a little deeper. And that does not mean I don't care. That does not mean I'm not participating. It's true, I'm not participating in a reactionary discussion or reactionary activity. That's true. So I'm participating from a whole different platform of reality. It's not, I wouldn't call it a superior reality, because this kind of function or this kind of platform is available absolutely to everyone. If it was this huge, big, superior reality, then that does fuel the mysticism surrounding by this whole subject. So it's a different kind of platform, and I decide to respond from this different platform. And I'm not motivated to react. I'm still in a loving space, and I go into the memory of my mind and say, okay, what do I say now? And what I'm saying and what I'm doing does not come from any kind of reaction. It looks like it's coming from love. It's not even love, because then we say love, not love. So it's basically a different platform.
Wow. Yes. That I must admit, in our society is a big challenge, because obviously we were not brought up that way to react. Like you say, we react very emotionally, become defensive almost instantaneously. That's the way most of us were brought up that way. That's how we live. That's how people.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's on that kind of a platform you appear, even on this third dimensional civilization. If you do that from that platform, you appear extremely powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know where I heard the story from, is that if you go into a cantina where people are drunk and the fight breaks out, the guy you have to be afraid of is the one who is very calm and smiling.
Okay, yes, okay.
It of course, it almost never happens.
No.
But this platform feels like you're very powerful, even in this reactionary dimension.
Yes. Well, it sounds very good. And I know I'm going to start slowly, simply. I'll try it first in traffic before I can do it with, difficult situations when you're with people in arguments or conflict. But little things like traffic is easier to at first to practice with, and I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, try something very simple, like somebody cuts in front of you in traffic, and your mind is trying to kick in and react. Remember, your hand is going to be preferably on the steering wheel, right? So feel the steering wheel. You will see how that simple thing will do amazing thing. Feel your hand and the steering wheel. And so you are using your so-called free will to direct your attention to the steering wheel. Being able to direct your attention is your greatest asset. It's been proven now in quantum physics, Schrödinger experiment, etc. So it's been proven that our attention is influencing the light when you look through an electron microscope. So that means our attention influences reality. So this material reality is not independent of you and me. So our attention is the greatest asset that we have. Everyone knows that but us. Institutional pirates and institutional people, bankers, advertisers, they all know that. How valuable your attention is. How valuable my attention is. The only people who don't know is us. So now that that's proven, somebody cuts in front of you, try it. So direct your attention. You're the boss, not the mind. Direct your attention to the steering wheel. I'm feeling the steering wheel. Maybe a few deep breaths, instantly you'll be calm. Okay.
Thank you so much, Gabor. Again, a wonderful question. And I've heard it a lot too, accept this, accept that. And really, I've tried to accept things all my life. And then when I resist, then I start to resist the resistance because I'm supposed to accept. So it really does work. What Gabor just mentioned to you has helped me a lot. So thank you very much for asking that.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.